Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Care for Tomorrow event in Forge of Empires. For some reason, I always enjoy this event, and maybe we'll figure out why. As for all events, we're greeted by the main event page after clicking on the event icon in the corner of the screen. I've already finished my board for today, and today is going to end in about 5 minutes, so we're against the clock, but I can still talk through it. First, let's look at the cheat sheet in the lower right. So, this is how you manipulate the pieces of the board. The water pieces give goods, metals, or supplies when you unlock one of the pieces. The ladybugs, the red, give units or army boosts. And the leaves, or the green pieces, give forge points, coins, or blueprints. You can unlock the pieces that have a box around them by first clicking on a piece that is unlocked and then selecting the locked piece. And we'll go through this in a minute, so if you get confused, don't worry. Both pieces have to be the same level, which might be difficult to tell, but at first, it'll become intuitive as you play. At the start of the board, all the locked pieces have a piece of key, either the tooth or teeth end or the loop end. And your goal is to make a whole key and then trade it in. A level 3 key is worth 2 keys traded in, and a level 4 piece is worth 6 keys traded in. So here's the example. I have 2 water pieces here, and I'll click on the first one, and the second one lights up indicating that they can merge together. So they merge together to make a level 2 piece, and now with that level 2 piece, I can merge with a few different level 2 pieces that are still locked. So let's see which one would make the most sense for me to unlock in order to optimize the amount of keys that I can get. And so I'm going to pick this loop piece. And so now that creates a level 3 loop half. And I can merge that level 3 loop half with a tooth half. And then I can trade that in for 6 keys. And I get 6 blue keys. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, it's almost never going to be possible to unlock all of the pieces on your board. So don't attempt it if you've already spawned 7 to 10 pieces. A lot of videos out there suggest 7 pieces total per board. That's fine with me. If I'm really close and I think that I can get the board with just a couple more pieces, I'll go up to 10 maximum. If you do happen to unlock the entire board, then you get a free board reset. Otherwise, you do get one free board reset every day, and then after that, it gets progressively higher cost. So it's recommended that you only do 3 boards per day. So there are some tools that can help you maximize your board. The first one just spawns a piece for free. The second one divides a piece into 2 lower level pieces. So for example, if you use this on a level 3, it will split into 2 level 2s. And so the last one converts all pieces of one color of your choosing into rainbow pieces, and those rainbow pieces can then be combined into any other color on the board. If you have rainbow full keys, those cannot be traded in. You need to convert them into an actual color. So you would just click on whatever other piece is the same level as the rainbow piece. That will convert it into the solid color, and then you can trade it in for keys. Again, hopefully that makes sense. So why are we collecting all of these keys? Well, for prizes, of course. Here on the right side of the page, You have chests containing all sorts of prizes like goods and forge points and special items. One of the special items is the daily special, shown up here. You can switch it daily. It won't let me do it now because, like I said, we're basically at the end of the day, and so we'll see a new daily special in 34 seconds. But you can switch it once per day if you don't like it, and you have a chance of winning it by choosing one of these chests here. At the beginning of the day, the first chest that you pick will double the amount of progress that you get towards the grand prizes. And unlocking chests and unlocking pieces will progress you towards a grand prize. So let's go check them out. So there are 3 tiers of prizes with varying levels of cost. The first tier, the bottom tier, is free, and then the top 2 tiers, the silver and the gold, cost real world money. And of course, the better prizes are up there, but let's talk about all of them. So first we'll look at the special event building, and it's called the Forest Sentinel. There's 9 levels. Primarily gives attack and defense for defending armies in both Guild Battleground and Guild Expedition. Gives good amount of medals, good amount of forge points, and then a few different fragments. First level of fragments is for finished goods production. Second is for a Nano Terra selection kit, which is 2 buildings that we'll cover just in a moment. And then the third set of fragments are for the silver level of the special building. And then you also get some guild goods down at the bottom there as well. Takes up 20 spaces in your city, so not too bad. The silver level is called the Forest Warden. It increases those boosts to your defending armies, increases the medals, increases the forge points, and then increases the fragments. And then instead of silver fragments, obviously now you have the silver version, now you're getting gold fragments. And so that's for this gold version, which again increases basically everything. You lose that third level of fragments, but you do get a military room for a military ally, rare level, which, to be honest, is pretty much all they're releasing these days. There used to be common, uncommon. They seem to be all rare, which is fine because they're giving buildings with rare slots. So, like I said, a lot of rare military allies. I haven't seen any other type of ally yet. They all seem to be military allies, which is good because we only have military rooms. So some allies are from previous events, so I already have some fragments, and hopefully, I'll be able to finish them at some point. There's actually another page that we'll cover later on where you do have the ability of getting the last couple fragments that you need for certain allies and buildings and stuff like that. But right now we're focusing on these tiers. So we've done the special event building, we've done all the different levels. Of course, there is the Eternal Market, all the different levels of the Eternal Market. I think right now I'm at the Neon Horizon level, and so I'm looking forward to the Aquatic. If you were able to get all of the fragments from all the previous event buildings, or all the previous events, you should be at Aquatic and should now be going towards the Cyber Horizon. In my opinion, Eternal Market is still the best building possible, especially since it only takes up a 6x6 space, and it just keeps increasing the amount of army boosts and forge points and goods that you can get for not only your age, but the previous age. So you definitely want to focus on getting the fragments for that. So then we also have 2 new buildings. The first one is called the Terra Tea Lounge. It takes up 2 spaces and gives a defense for defending armies, Guild Battleground, Guild Expedition, some supplies, some forge points, some guild goods. It has an Ascended version. That, of course, adds in some quantum incursion stuff, which is always nice. And then the other new building is the Nano Nurture Flower Tower. And so this gives attack for attacking army and defending army of your guild expedition. Gives some coins, gives some goods from previous age, and guild goods. And then, of course, Ascended version sprinkles in a couple quantum goods, which is always nice. For the most part, that's all the new stuff that I could see, at least. There's some new avatars. There are some. Oh, you know what? That's incorrect. There are upgrades to the Echo Sanctum. So Echo Sanctum, I believe, is from last year. Big release because it was, I think, the first building to give Forge Point collection boost other than a Forgotten Temple. And so this is the highest level that you can currently have, gives 3% Forge Point collection boost. It has good amount of Forge Points, good amount of goods for your next age. If you're not at the top level age, it gives next age goods, gives a lot of units for fighting. It gives selection kit for decent buildings, and it gives finish special production item fragments as well. The next level up is 4%. It gives the same amount of forge points, same amount of goods, same amount of units. So the only increase that I can see, at least, is for population, happiness, and that forge point boost. I think, yeah, the fragments are even the same too. So still worth getting, in my opinion. So another thing to work towards. And then they also released an Ascended version. Now, the problem that I have with this Ascended version, all right, it's good because it gives a 12% Forge Point collection boost, which is fantastic, right? That gets you almost as much as the 20% from the Forgotten Temple. However, it increases happiness, it increases some metals, it increases some goods, units, but it takes away all the forge points. So, I mean, you'll probably only be able to do this for one of them anyway, but if you have multiple Echo Sanctums or Echo Nexi, anyway, you'll lose out on the forge points that you would have gotten. So hopefully you can offset that with that 12% boost. Big increase for population as well, which is nice. But no increase for fragments, no increase for anything else. So that is one other new thing that is on the tiers. Other than that, I mean, there's some, one down kit. I think as you get real far out, you have a few very high level boosts, 750% boost. You have some selection kits from, like I said, just, previous event selection kit. But that's pretty much it. You do, however, have the league table, which covers a lot of what we just talked about. And then, of course, the 1% prize, which is called the Whispers of Firmament. It gives attack and defense for attacking army, normal. Attack and defense for attacking and defending army. That's the same for the normal up above. Attacking and defending army, attacking defense boost, guild battleground. And then also for quantum incursion. And it gives you a 5% guild goods collection boost. And it gives you 150 forge points at this level, but I'm pretty sure it's the same for every level. 80 goods of the next age, and 20 fragments for the Forest Guardian gold selection kit. So you could effectively just keep building the highest level of the Forest Guardian building forever just by collecting from this building. So, and it's only 20 spaces, which is pretty good. So then we have, so if that's not enough, if that's not enough prizes for you, we also have a third prize page. And so this is special to this event. I've never seen this before. We have the Legacy Exchange that is technically within the same family. But this, you use what are called echo tokens, and you can purchase different buildings, different items, different fragments. Like I said, you can purchase fragments for Eternal Market. You can purchase the upgrades for the Eco family. You can purchase the fragments for, some of the allies that you're missing. You can purchase buildings, so you can purchase a lot of the stuff that we just saw were on those tier lists as well, and some additional. I mean, Governor's Villa was from the summer event. The airship selection kit, that's, Mountain Reserve, all this stuff is great to have if you need that one last level to make it, top level, to make it efficient. And then you have all the Ascended upgrades. So, all these Ascended buildings that, you've probably used most of your Ascensions over the last couple months. Now you can buy more. You have Finish All Special Production, which I'll probably get because I have my Forge Point collection boost going right now. Finished goods productions, finished supplies, all these different things. I wouldn't get the Forge Points. Don't waste your tokens on that. I mean, it is only one, so maybe at the very end, if you need, to use up 3 or 4 of them. But I honestly like this, and luckily it lasts for 27 days, so you could wait until the very end and see how far you get, through the tiers, see how far you get in the grand prizes, and whatever you need to, make ends meet, you can get from this page. That's pretty cool. So where do you get these eco tokens? You get them from this page here, which is right next to the event page, and for every 15 pieces you unlock the next level, and you can continue going. I think there's like 75 levels. Yeah. So you earn them for, every task level that you complete. So right now I'm on level 4. And the other nice thing is that, and probably why I like this event, is that there's the personal levels, and then there's the world levels. So everyone else in the world is helping each other get those rewards as well, which is pretty cool. I like the collaborative aspect of this event. So the last thing I forgot to cover before we end the video is there's a rival event, I think almost every day. There wasn't one on the first day, but there should probably be one for the remainder of this event. Every day, there should be like 4 challenges. You probably have to do some stuff on the board. I'm going to try to do all of the rival challenges every day because that's where you win these items that will help you on the board. So that's one thing that I wanted to cover before the end of the video. But that's it. That's the end of this video. So thanks very much for watching. It is very late, so now I'm going to edit it and hopefully get it out early in the morning so that you can all watch it and enjoy this event. And I hope you enjoyed the event. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you want to see more, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to leave them below. Let me know what you're looking forward to most in this event. And as always, keep on jamming.